Jack Hodgson.
Dave Rasmus.
Welcome to the lab.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Bit whiter than what we're used to, isn't it? We're used to a very brown or green environment, either muddy or grassy.
And at least it's warm. We're cozy in here.
First time I've had a conversation with someone in here and that we're recording and putting on the YouTubes. So thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, honoured. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this.
We got educated this morning in coffee, didn't we, by Tim?
Yeah, that's my vice, coffee. The science of that was mind.
There's levels, aren't there? And this was about 5 levels above my pay grade. But in the end, he showed me how to get it back to the French press, which I think realistically that's where I'm going to live. But it looks good to know all the good stuff. So, I mean, people can go see it because we just popped it online, that little video of us planting Willow at the farm the other day. We had that big chat at Christmas, didn't we, where we all got together and figured out, right, what are we going to do? How are we going to make this work? Because it's been 2 years now. You've been coming down, you've been trying to help us. It's been good, but it's been a challenge, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think the momentum of the farm, the core team we have, like that's the energy, that's the fun bit. And we've like attempted the market garden, and we've had like small wins, but I think we've just had an uphill battle because we're not there too much. I just think certain things, like where you look in the wildlife cam, and there's a whole party coming at night.
We're not there very much, but the deer, the badgers, the foxes, they love it there. They're having a riot.
Yeah, so I think we've still got that challenge with the next phase with the Willow, but this feels like the right product. And sometimes you've got to go through what works, what doesn't work. It's been a bit of a trial and error, but which has been fun.
Well, the thing is, you bring so much knowledge and experience from all kinds of different ways of connecting different things together, and it's like a broad education. But with how little we're there, it's a bit like today with the coffee. Like, if I don't try this V60 coffee again for a couple of months, I'm not going to remember a single thing. But if I'm doing it every day, you can really build that big knowledge. And we're just sort of realizing our level, like we're not there very often. The ground is very wet. We've done well at listening and learning and understanding the land. We've come to the place where we need to make it more of a business. Like lots of things could have been different. You know, someone could have ended up living in a hut on the land and tending to it all the time. I might have done better in business and been less worried about income in it, but we haven't. So now it's like, got to make it work a bit better, got to do something that's at our level, but also unlocks our kind of creativity and artistry, because between us there's a lot of creativity, and there's other guys like Michael, even Lisa, who we met the other day, people that want to be involved this year as well. And there's something about the Willow that not only is it, you know, all the good stuff about normal growing, but it also unlocks a sort of level of artistry and creativity, which I think I've personally missed since the Corcovado days, because the woods thing was a very imaginative project, but it's quite exciting, that part.
Yeah, what I like as well, we're all on like the same level with Willow, and that feels nice that there's no someone leading it, and then you like kind of plot, like you're going along, you're learning, but what I like about the Willow, we all feel like we're all at ground zero with it, and we're going to build it, and the journey's going to be cool because we're all going to be learning together and growing like the Willow on the farm. So
well, hopefully super fast. You're bringing the basics of the Willow and our ability to actually buy the right stuff and get it in the ground, and that's really appreciative for that. But you've managed to get from the Yorkshire Willow guys this super Willow, which is 4 meters in 1 year, hopefully.
Yeah, so we've got the native 2 meter one, and then the Willow hybrid, which is the 4 meter. So similar, it's a Viminalis.
Yeah, Salix Viminalis.
So really, really interesting, but also as well, like the amount of boxes that have been ticked by the Willow is kind of unbelievable. So when we had that discussion at Christmas, we kind of went through all our problems, and they were solved by the Willow. Yeah. So sometimes I feel the trial and error with the farm it's come to this point, and we found the right product.
And like, you know, Chloe's a few weeks away from popping our little baby out, and I'm excited for her to learn stuff and know about how everything's interconnected in the planet, but also I want her to have a magical little upbringing. I want her, and when I think about like Willow Domes and, you know, like the Living Chapel, maybe I get really excited about the experience of being there, and that, you know, we could become a bit of a hotspot of not just the growing side, because basically what we've put in now on the camping field, I'll try and put a little map up here. It's all on the camping field, or where the hut is. but we sort of marked out 10,000, a room for 10,000 willows. We've done 1,000. Next week we'll do another few thousand, hopefully.
Yeah.
But that's the Willow Bank. So it might be worth just mentioning what that is before we get into what we're here to talk about today, which is some of the most exciting creators we've seen that do stuff with Willow.
Yeah, for sure. So the Willow Bank, we could talk about the two spaces that we've got a bit in the market garden, which is
it's like the showroom.
The showroom, yeah. And also it's like, at the minute, that's the protected part of the Willow. So that's like the showcase, and that got us to a finish in line in one day. We done two.
It was so good.
2 areas that you. But what I love about this Willow is it's like this pen. You're a little bit longer. It's about 1 foot in length. Mm-hmm. We're putting it in the ground, 2/3 in, 1/3 out. The roots are going to hit that water and go nuts. But we've planted it once. It's perennial. So
every year.
Yeah, we've done it.
And when we cut it, we only cut it back to like that, don't we? And then it grows again. And so that's a legitimate investment. And for me, me and Andy put in. I mean, it was actually Andy's capital to buy the land. I pay interest on the other half of it. So we've had that sort of liability. It's costing loads every month. But there's always been this slight difficult dynamic between those of us that are actually doing the stuff and then like the owners, if you like. And we're trying to work right now on this thing with LandGrid, which we'll talk about more in other conversations, to democratize that, to get lots more owners. But that's sort of separate from like what are we doing on the land. And this is the first time where actually we run out of money and we've all just put in to, all of us in the team have just put in a couple £100 to go and buy the stuff. So it's the first time I really feel like, we're actually properly in on the same basis and we're all invested. And the reason that works is because it's a bank and keeps coming back. Otherwise it would be not a great investment. We're not likely to get our money back out in a short period of time, but especially because it grows 4 meters in a year, fingers crossed. That allows for a quick turnaround. Yeah,
it doesn't feel like you're throwing your money into a black hole, like thinking it's
a lot of it has felt like that.
Where it's like, is this going to work? But really, that Willow Bank of like, it being covered, the glamping area in front of the heart, we feel like that's going to become cozy alone. But then we can have like part of that bank can turn into an arch, so we leave them longer. So you got like a bit of a journey up to there. But then in terms of what we're saying, bank is because that's going to be a huge coppicing area, 10,000 willow, which will cut back each year, and we'll be getting material to then turn into the sculptures, the living fencing. The
some of it will then dry, I guess. That can be used for baskets and sculptures that aren't living.
Yes, true.
And some of it we'll be looking to plant straight away in the living structures, and some of it we'll be posting off to people who want little bundles. And you said your Izzy's mum, your girlfriend's mum, she did a whole course, didn't she? Well, tell me about it, because I actually don't know much about it.
They're actually one of the 10 that we're going to talk about.
Okay. So we're going to try and cover our top 10 creators in the Willow culture, basically, because it's an age-old British, and I'm sure in other parts of Europe and other parts of the world as well. I'm sure it's all over the world, really. Yeah. But it's definitely a deep part of British history. We won't talk too much about willows today, but they're a special tree with healing and emotionally connected properties as well.
Yeah, I think for us, so
I can't see anywhere on YouTube where people are gathering around, like trying to almost gather for warmth around the willow weaving and living, especially like I think our real collective interest is around these living sculptures, living structures, and we'll talk about lots of different parts, but I think I want us, and this video itself is the beginning of trying to participate in galvanizing that community and letting people know about it, like the values, the goodness of it, like why it's good for us on our land. And maybe we'll end up helping other people with stuff on their land. And, so I'm going to do another video with George about the great houses that we've been to, these castles and chateaus and estates around the country and Europe, in fact. And, might find more friends that want stuff, because I think it represents something special. And I think it represents something for this regenerative movement as well. Yeah. Like it's the right kind of structure to embody this movement that we find ourselves in.
We love the structure part of it, but it's also a building material that then regenerates. We're not cutting from a woods and then it's just a bit of wood fencing that's going in the ground and will rot away. This is like you're putting it in the ground, then it's going to regenerate, and you can take more off it. I think we like that circularity. No, it's a biomass accumulator as well. We're adding biomass to the site. Which is it's really cool. Like we're building, and then we're building biomass. We're sucking down carbon. It's very interesting.
So before we get into the top 10, and we'll start banging through them.
Yep.
If we zoom out, what are you personally most excited about with the Willow? Because you've done bits, you've done a bit,
Little
and
bits.
you know, and we might come on to them, but you've got friends who've grown some as well. So, but what is it that with Wilderness Farm, with this gang all together? We could be doing anything, but we're doing this. So what is it that's most exciting for you about that?
I think the last since I've been like from the farm days to now building, like design and build, something's pulling me more and more to the etherealness of like doing gardens. Like I'm a big fan of like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and there's something about that makes it more wild and beautiful, and it weave it into structures and
more magical as well.
Yeah, there is something magical, and then it hones into being a kid, and that's why I think it taps into all of us, because really there's something that we never lose about being a kid. That little kid's still inside us, and that excites me. Of like, if we build stuff, then it grows and we weave it. That for me, being a big kid here is a big thing, and the future of us potentially then going to places and doing installations together. I think it keeps that core team energy, and we can give back. We've done the hard work, we've done the groundwork, and then we can go elsewhere and then also be a hub. That excites me. First bit of inspiration I ever got with Willow, it got honourable mention from my mate Danny. He's got Lawson's Market Garden. I want to thank him because he was the first person that kind of exposed me to it.
That weird plant guy, your mate in Holland, is it?
He's done quite a lot recently where he's here, there and everywhere.
He got involved in that festival, didn't he, where they built a really big like stage?
Yeah, it kind of excites the mind. That's what I like about it, because we're all creatives.
Yeah.
Des, so Willow Goat Crafts.
Oh, this is the money video. Yeah.
And he'd made in 8 weeks 6,300. He was like a clown at like a festival in terms of a kid walked past and he'd make something, he'd go, and then it was like, there you go, and the kids were loving it.
My neighbour Matt told me about this gang that had done stuff up the road here.
Oh my gosh, that is Two Circles design.
Mark and Rebecca Ford. Well, that suits your Hobbiton aesthetic, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely does.
Oh, I think they're absolutely inspirational. I love those guys.
Will Becker.
Oh my goodness.
Environmental artist.
I mean, this is a joke.
Will.Becker.
This is too good.
It's Hazel and Willow. There needs to be growers.
Yeah.
You need production and like design and finish. Yeah, I'm always blown away every time I see it. I'm just, how?
There's nothing else like it. Like, there's a bunch of different cool things going on. That's what we're trying to show you guys today. But you can see people's uniqueness come through.
Eddie, Blythefield Willow.
Oh, this is at the fine end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's making those boxes.
Yeah.
Baskets for Fortnum Mason. Basket maker and willow sculptor, weaving dreams. Deb
Whoa,
Hart.
look at that.
What a whopper. Willow artist, tutor and speaker. Making incredible... I mean, that crown is a joke. That deer's awesome.
That hedgehog, well.
Yeah, totally different styling.
My girlfriend's mum got a present at Christmas, which was an online craft school. Gives you the willow through the post with like a little QR code that goes to a video on how to make it, which I think is a great idea. They're called My Own Two Hands. We sent each other like that Alex Rooted. She's in like her first year of growing willow, but she's really good at making baskets. She's presenting it in a really nice way. That's slow living.
Yes,
like,
I remember.
Just going to go pick bits from the garden, cook them, make my own baskets. Scott Under the Tree Farm. But look at it, like the beauty of it as well.
So nice. That will look so good on the farm.
Yeah, it does. Look at that fire-coloured willow. That is beautiful. I actually think the one that...
Dickie Meadows. What a name. We have to have Dickie Meadows. Any ideas you guys have got? Any other people that you think should be in our next like top 10, where we're sort of slowly helping to coagulate, to bring together the scene, basically, this willow growing artistic scene? Well, some of the crop that we're putting in this year, most of it we'll take out coppicing style, but some of it will probably leave for 10 years, won't we? So that we end up getting thick trunks that we can use for firewood, for other building projects, and
for sure.
Cricket bats. Listen, if some people want to buy some wood off us for cricket bats, I'll sell it to them. I'll do whatever I can to get a bit of revenue. Really, we need to get, whether it's through a Kickstarter or events or whatever, we need to get our first 500 quid in the door basically, and I'll take 10 quid right now. I'll tell you. That's the realities of it, isn't it? We've got to find a way. So any ideas you guys have got, any other people that you think should be in our next like top 10 who are doing stuff with Willow, let us know. We'd love to do another video like this where we're sort of slowly helping to coagulate, to bring together the scene, basically, this Willow growing artistic scene. Jack, thanks for coming in, mate. Thanks for having this chat with me. It's good. I hope people enjoyed it. I think they will. I think they'll be quite inspired, and I'm excited for the next chapter.
Yeah, next one.
I have to get Tim down for some more coffee as well. See you back at the farm.
See ya.